Hi everyone, my name is Pelly and welcome to Daily Fashion News where we talk about everything fashion. I got 3 great stories for you guys today. We're going to be going over the Dior men's show that just happened and it was quite fabulous, as well as the Michael Kors lawsuit that just happened, and The Beauty, a new show by Ryan Murphy. I just binge watched the first 3 episodes, so I got a couple of opinions. Thoughts and opinions. So we'll go over it, okay? But let's start with Mr. Dior. I'm gonna transition it over. And I do have a couple of vocab terms open that I think that we should know. To help us understand the show. So the Dior Aristo Youth, is what the brand is calling them, has emerged and has blurred the lines between masculine and feminine. According to the brand, this season plays on what Jonathan Anderson did last season and has absorbed into a new set of influences. The Dior Aristo Youth has moved through Paris like modern-day flaneur. So flaneurs are urban male stroller, and the French term, was popularized in the 19th centuries and has some nuanced additional meaning as well. So we'll take them as these new stylish men on the street. So they are guided by joy and spontaneity, expressed through spiky yellow hair and border epaulettes. And epaulettes are ornamental shorter pieces, where either insignia of rank by armed forces or other organizations. So a very masculine detail with a pair of eclectic opulence. Seemingly contradictory ideas are woven together. The codes are formality, Dior's signature codes, echoes of the legendary couturier Paul Poget alongside denims and parkas, becomes a dialogue, right? It becomes a dialogue of masculinity and femininity. I'm just gonna start the video over this way so I wanted you guys to see the whole thing, and now let's see it from the beginning. The tailoring is slender and precise, with elongated jackets, shrunken blazers, tailcoats, crop bar jackets, and lean trouser. The outerwear fuses the technical and opulence, right? Through the bombers that flows into brocade capes, balloon backfield jackets, and those coats that we will see later on. The masculine and feminine divide is joyfully blurred, playing between full dress and hints of undress. Suits, lavalier shirts, waistcoats, and long johns worn in place of trousers. For the details, Donegal tweeds, luxurious velvets, luminous jacquards, glistening embroideries, dense fringes, as passementerie builds a richly tactile narrative, while the palettes remain somber and refined. Let's take a look at what passementeries are. So, passementerie is the art of making elaborate trimmings or edging of applied braids, gold or silver cords, basically like this, right? Passementerie. Oh my gosh. The art of creating elaborate textile trimmings like tassel, fringe, braid, etc. And as we watch the show, try to look out for all the vocab terms to see if you can spot them. We'll play a search game or whatever. Dressing becomes a game of unbridled associations, where unlikely elements meet and heritage collides with the contemporary in effortless harmony. Like that long sleeve sweater dress that you would normally see on women are being styled on men, and honestly, it doesn't look too bad. And give that a little collar to just kind of dress it up a little bit. As that video played, I do want to go over some of the look. So we'll see those little epaulets, but that we would normally see on military, jackets or figures, and instead it's being styled with a collared shirt. So it definitely plays on the idea of that contemporary idea of fashion, as well as the heritage aspect. So these, I believe, scarves or these long fabrics are tucked into these coats. And it kind of sort of, the way I interpret it, as kids or a boy playing luxury, playing pretend, playing luxury with, playing luxury, basically. Right? Not all of us can afford luxury, and seeing this is like a little boy trying to figure out what the idea of luxury is, especially with those big fluffy feathery sleeve. Excuse me. And then you also see, button it up with those epaulets as well. But I really like that styling. It just it goes with the Aristo youth, right? Aristo youth, where they play on the idea of these modern day flaneur, these men that are strolling the streets. But they're not just going to wear some basic suit or basic loafers like those, or shoes. They're going to have a couple of interesting detail, right? It's not the 1900s where everything's one color, everything is one palette. It's going to be a little eclectic, like they describe eclectic opulence. These men, they want to express themselves with their hairstyle, and they're not afraid to be loud if they need to. The last collection by Jonathan Anderson, while it was very, very interesting, he did a lot of interesting stuff with it. I think that sold the lifestyle aspect, and this is selling the aesthetic of it, especially to their male demographic. Anybody could wear these, but their male demographic is playing on the masculine of the jackets, right? Excuse me. I swear, every time I start talking and I start going into my brain, start shutting down, my nose start getting clogged. So I'm starting to figure that out. But overall, I really did enjoy this collection. I thought that he did a lot of interesting stuff, and I appreciated the show notes, even though there was a couple of word salad stuff here and there. But it wasn't as bad as other brand where, oh my gosh, some show notes, they're not worth reading. But I think that this show notes really helped me see his vision, right? This idea of the Aristo youth. And I like it. I like the Dior Aristo youth. And I want to see who ends up wearing these outfits. Like if any of these looks will be on the runway one day. I don't know how I feel about that yellow hair, but I will say it stands out. And the collection itself is muted in some aspect, right? It's playing on the minimal trend that's really happening in the industry. So you do need like a shock aspect of it as well. There are people who are outside of fashion that don't understand these styles, so they will focus on one gimmick. And I think that a good collection, sometimes you need something to get people talking. You need something to catch people attention, and the yellow hair did just that. Yeah. A couple of my favorite moments. Again, this was one of my favorite moments. I had these were some of my favorite moments. The epaulette style on the collar shirt, and then I had number 15 as well, the modern day stroller. These are the men that's gonna be out in the streets, but they're not gonna be like how they used to in the back in the day. They're gonna have interesting colors and not even an undershirt sometime, playing on the dress and undress, of course. And last but not least, we can go over everything. But I also wanted to mention these gold sneakers, the Dior gold sneakers. I wish there was more of an emphasis on it, and they were if this yellow jacket was here, and maybe even this white pants would be on here. I feel like that the gold sneakers would pop even more, because this look is somewhat unforgettable. But I do understand the playing around with being dressed and quote unquote undressed or more casual wear, right? Luxury and kind of dressing down as well, pairing that together. So I understand the idea of that. and I want one of these shortened or shrunken blazer. I do, right? Because you see, you most times you see those jackets that Dior is known for on women. So I would love to see a male version of it, and we got a male version of it. So who's gonna order it for me? I want a piece. I want a cookie. What's that? Oh my god, I'm being so cringe right now. But what's that TikTok sound? I wish I could get a cookie, or I wish somebody bought me a cookie. I wish somebody bought me a Dior jacket. I wish I could get a Dior jacket. Anyway, that was a little cringe, but I hope you enjoyed that. What did you think about the show? Did you enjoy it? What did you think? I find it very, very interesting. I think that Jonathan Anderson, he's doing a lot of interesting stuff. Like, I'm so excited to see what he ends up doing for women's wear. But this so far, iconic. Okay, he's having a great run so far. Now let's move on to Michael Kors and their misleading discount class action settlement. So apparently they were involved in a major class action lawsuit settlement from early 2020. What are you talking about, Google? For misleading advertising offer. Okay, so I think it was back in 2023 from, okay. Michael Kors has agreed to a class action lawsuit settlement that hands out merchandise certificates to qualified customers, period. So if you think you've been done wrong, go and get your credit. You'll only get up to $30 though. Basically, something happened where the outlets had misleading discounts. But here's the thing. The brand has not admitted to any wrongdoing, but has agreed to pay an undisclosed sum to resolve the claims. So we're not going to get any more details other than that because they're not agreeing to it. That doesn't make it a fact, or that doesn't make it, I don't know, but I can't, look, allegedly. They're accused of advertising misleading discount. And I've been in there, right? I've been in there and I'm like, hold on a minute. Like, was this on 75% off last time I was here? Or like, is it actually on 75% off? Or are y'all switching the tags here and there? Like, you're switching one tag and the other tag. Allegedly. Again, they did not admit to it, which means I can't say that they did the misleading advertising, but apparently they're paying the settlement. They're paying the settlement. Dang, I thought there were more to this story, but I guess not. Anyway, we'll just quickly go over the beauty. I'm gonna have this play in the background. So, have you seen The Substance? So the beauty is basically The Substance, but in a TV show form, and instead of going through what they went through in The Substance, is a STD. So people are having intercourse with one another and they are transmitting a sort of disease that makes them hot, makes them look like models. So in the opening scene of the show, in the first episode, Bella Hadid is walking for Balenciaga in their mug show, and she just go crazy. Oh, and this is only for their promo too, because none of this is in the promo. I mean, none of this is in the show. This is only for the promo. So she's literally going throughout Paris, just killing and looking for water, and then she explodes. That happens in the first like 5 minutes. Okay, so no spoilers. But it's basically The Substance, but on steroids. Like, I will say, the storytelling, the first episode, I really like it because you see one of the person like go through the whole process. You see what happened to Bella Hadid in the first 5 minutes, and you're like, what the fuck? My jaw was dropped. And then, all the mystery, like, oh my God, what's going on? The second episode is like 20 something minutes long. First episode is like 44 minutes. The second episode is like 20 minutes something long. And I'm like, what? And then third episode is like 40 something minutes. But the way the story is told is so all over the place. that like when I was watching it, I was like, okay, what is actually going on? And like some of the scene drags on that I'm sorry, but I skipped through it. Like there was a scene with I don't know his name. But between okay, Evan Peters and Rebecca Hall, they had a scene together that went on way too long, and then after that there was an action scene where she hooked up with some guy. Dang, we're giving spoilers, but I don't know if you really want to watch this. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. But anyway, that scene of them just talking and stuff like that, I guess to build up character. I don't really need that for this kind of show. How you have? Why are you trying to have good writing? Like they're just trying to give these actors something to do. I just guess, because honestly, there's really nothing going on with the plot except for this STD stuff, and they're dragging on the mystery. Like, just come on, show us the doctor, show us how it's created. Like, I get it, but like, yeah. And then there was another scene with two other actors that just went on a little too long for me, and I'm like, let's get to the mystery. Let's get to like why people are doing this kind of thing instead. Anthony Ramos, I believe that's his name. Anthony Ramos. He plays like this. I'm ranting about this show. He plays like a Dr. Evil type character. It's ridiculous. And like as I was watching it, it's sort of like, I don't know what's going on with Ryan Murphy. Like, I just don't know what's going on with the show. It was ridiculous. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It was ridiculous. And the scene, they were in some sort of, I don't know, Texas Roadhouse. Come on. Get to it. Like, let's get to the story. Like, I don't think you're going to win an Emmy or a Golden Globe for this. I don't think anybody's going to win any sort of award for this one. The writing is like, cinematography is good, story is somewhat interesting. It's classic Ryan Murphy. But yeah, I'm gonna keep watching it. And see where it all goes and everything. But that's my little rant. I will give it like a 2 out of 5. A 2 out of 5 for the first 3 episodes. I just need more story elements. Like I'm not invested in those characters yet, right? So pull me in with the mystery, pull me in with the intrigue, and I feel like the pacing was all over the place, basically. Yeah, that's my little rant of the beauty. Bella Hadid 8 though. Bella Hadid 8. Yeah, so that's it for this episode of Daily Fashion News. Did you watch The Beauty? What do you think about that? Sorry about the Michael Kors. I thought there were really more to it. They didn't even admit to it, so there's really like nothing you really can say besides that they were accused of it. We didn't get any additional detail as well because they didn't admit. They're just paying out. I guess that's how it worked. I don't know. Sorry about that. That story was very lame. And then the Dior. I really enjoyed the show. Did you enjoy the show and how we went over it? What do you think? Like, what's a better way of going over a fashion show? Should we just have a video dedicated to it and just watch the whole thing together? What do you think? Right? I'm all about trying to make this series better and stuff like that. So let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, as well as what you think about these stories. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe for more fashion related videos, of course. And again, if you have any recommendation of how to make this series better, please let me know. And yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you Friday. Bye.